And we're back. Colin Blake,
We're
real
back.
estate,
Real
different
estate in
states.
different states.
Episode 17. It's been, how old your son now? 4.5 months, 5 months?
He's old. He's
So,
he weighs about as if he's a year old. He's
well,
wearing
I'm saying, I think our last episode was about a week or two before he was born. So that's what I'm trying to
yeah,
calculate
he
how
he
long it's
was
been.
born October 1st.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's been about 5.5 months.
Yeah,
Almost half a year since our last episode.
yep.
But I
Lots of
told
things
everyone
have happened there in
we'd
between,
be
huh?
back. Yes, and that's the good part. The reason it's just me and Kyle, back to the basics, is because it's almost been half a year, and him and I have been on a good real estate journey.
Yeah, we
Um,
have. You so more than me, Blake.
I
Man,
completely disagree.
tearing it up, tearing it up. I
Haven't
want to
you
know about it.
haven't you built and got your first
No.
house under contract?
Yeah, we did. Well, but that's not a big deal.
Is it sold yet?
We sold it. Yeah. So we built the house. We were building it during the podcast,
I mean, I think you were just like,
barely building it.
I don't even think you went vertical. You got it. This was 6 months ago, man.
Okay. We then bought a lot, built our first house, sold the house, and it was a good one.
And
We
you
did.
actually made some money.
We did. And it went. We did. I mean, there was some lessons learned for sure. Lessons learned and things we could have done better that I'm now like taking forward on the next one. But overall, it went extremely well. Now, a lot of that is thanks to a lot of people that hear it that I reach out to that help me, and I had a lot of help along the way. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know, but I had the resources and the network to reach out to make it happen. So overall, it was great. I honestly don't have any complaints about it. I mean, it went good.
No regrets.
No regrets.
So, kind of what you just said is backing up to maybe our first or second episode, where a big part of what we do is having the network, reaching out, meeting people. So it's still important, is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely, it's important. I mean, if I didn't have those people, I would have regrets for sure. There's some stuff could have gone extremely wrong. I made lots of phone calls, and those guys, I mean, I'm thankful for them for sure. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have them, yeah, there's who knows, probably would have built it, and then building it because we came in there. What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Looking like the Eiffel Tower
Yeah. So
or Leaning Tower of Pisa. I mean, whatever.
yeah, no, they
Uh,
helped me for sure, and it went good, and learned a ton. That was the biggest thing. My whole goal was when first building the house was I wanted to make money, obviously, but that wasn't like the number one priority. I wanted to deliver a good, solid house because somebody, I mean, it's a new house. Somebody's going to live in it. My name's on the line, my brand new business on the line. So that was number one. I want to build a good house. And then number two was I want to learn. I knew I was
yeah.
going to make mistakes along the way. And I wanted to not make a big mistake. And then when I did make a mistake, I wanted to recognize it and learn from it and not make it again. And I think I did that, and it went a lot better than I thought it was going to go, honestly.
So that is true. Anytime you venture out, especially in real estate, if you actually do something in real estate for the first time ever, in my opinion, and actually make money and learned a lot, because I mean, just talking about schooling and all that, if you're about to learn something, typically it costs you money. You got to go to school, you got to have a mentor, you got to have a coach, whatever. Typically, you got to pay for it. So that's the same whenever you're trying to flip a house or build a house or whatever in real estate. If you make money and you learned a lot, then you're doing really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a win-win. I mean, what else can you ask for, you know?
I don't know. You can't ask for much
So,
more.
I mean, I would like to do, if I could build the same house 10 times a year, that would be amazing. Then I'd be doing all right. But
Isn't that the plan?
That's the plan. Just trying to figure out how to get there. Shoot, 100 houses, not 10. Go, let's go big.
Come on,
10x.
Grant Cardone.
Yeah, I would love that. It'd be cool. One day, one day.
That's
Be
good, man. It's been a while. I haven't seen you since 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Honestly, I like seeing you that much in 1 month, but I also didn't like seeing you much in 1 month.
I understand.
But yeah, it was good.
I was very tired after you left. We had a good time.
Yeah, is what it is.
Yeah.
But let's do it. Hold on. Let's get into what you've been doing. I want to know because last time we had our podcast, you didn't have any projects going flip wise. You had the mortgage, real estate agent stuff, but that was about it, right? You had flipped some houses before, but you weren't actively doing anything, right?
That is correct. Um, yes. It was before your son was born, yeah. So Dad and I bought two houses on my birthday that we flipped. One of them is under contract, one of them is almost ready. And then we bought another one in December that is on the market as of a few days ago. Dad put it on the market actually just 2 days ago, and it's a really beautiful house. So we got those three going. And then in about 19 days, we're buying our first rental property. So yeah, we got about four things cooking up right now.
So you got one flip done and under contract.
Yes, appraisal was done literally today, and I hope and pray it meets value. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
If there's any bad part in real estate, inspections and appraisals.
What
It-
kind of loan is it?
It's a conventional loan, luckily.
It's gonna meet every time. Knock on wood. Every time I had conventional, it's met. Actually, I take that back. I had one come in $2,000 low or something stupid, where it was like, I don't care.
The
It
best
was
part
fine.
is they actually do have a really, really good loan officer, luckily, behind them. So he got him a he got him a $6,000 grant. Five
Good.
thousand is going straight towards the down payment, 500 covering the appraisal, and 500 covering their homeowner's warranty, their first year's homeowner's warranty. That
Nice.
guy, whoever it is, super good loan officer.
Is it you? Okay. Shout out to Hutto Home Loans.
uh,
But then
anyways,
every time I've had a conventional loan, right? I had a flip I did, and we were waiting forever for the appraisal to get ordered because they switched lenders. They switched from conventional. No, they switched from FHA to conventional, right? And the
which is good.
FHA guy never ordered the appraisal, whatever. But I'm talking 5 days before closing. Still haven't got the appraisal, but it's conventional. I talked to the lender and he's, don't worry, we got it. So literally they ordered, this is 5 days before closing. Appraiser went out there finally the very next day. And the appraiser's met value. And I list my houses. I always, I shoot for the moon, and I'm not leaving money on the table when I list my stuff. I would rather it come in 20 grand low and at least I made my shot, you know.
Yeah.
But conventional every time. They're like, "Oh yeah." Cuz they're putting like so much money down, like 25% down or whatever. So it's like the lender don't care. They're like, "Oh, whatever. If that's what you want to buy." You know. It
Yeah.
always works out. Versus VA, dude.
0%
VA,
down.
FHA every time. And I've heard lenders talk about this. Maybe you can talk about this, but like I've heard lenders say, "Oh, it doesn't matter about the loan type." Dude, that has not been my experience at all. VA low every time. Conventional
This
doesn't
is
matter.
yeah, this is the true story. You always hear this from lenders. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the sales price is. Then why on 98% of my loans does it come in right at the sales price? I mean, it can't
Oh,
be. I'm talking. And then
don't even get me started.
one time I had a loan. The appraiser thought the sales price was something. He put it in the appraisal. Let's just say the sales price was 210 and he put in the appraisal that he thought the sales price was 200. He messed up. So he put the value of the house was 200. So I reached back out to the AMC for them to correct it. Oh, he can correct the sales price, but he's not going to correct the appraisal. It appraised at 200. Okay, sure. So I contacted the appraiser. I was like, hey, the sales price was wrong. Do you mind adjusting your appraisal or reevaluating your appraisal? And lo and behold, somehow the appraisal went from 200 to 210. But then they say the sales price doesn't affect it at all. Anyways, but
So here's my opinion. So the appraiser is supposed to be beneficial to the buyer, right? But in
technically,
reality, they're not. All they do is protect the bank. And here's a perfect example of that.
oh no, they're
So,
technically protecting the bank, correct? That's why a
no,
bank
they are,
requires an
but
appraiser.
they are 100% protecting the bank every time, no matter what. So I'm buying a house right now. It's a house that got hit by a tornado. The only thing really wrong with it is the roof and the rafters need to be replaced, and then some drywall and some very minor things. I'm buying the house. I'm going to tell you legit numbers, just because, not because I'm trying to like, say anything about what I'm going to make, just appraisal. This is how the appraisal happened. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm buying the house for 80,000. The house was built in like 2022. It's like a brand new house.
Wow.
$80,000. It needs at most $80,000 to fix it. At most. Probably less. So that's all in it. It's gonna be brand new. $160,000 house, right? It's worth, in my opinion, around 310. Appraisal comes back at 286. But let's just take the 286 number, right? Times 80%, because that's what you can borrow on a construction loan. What is that? It is 228,000. In all reality, I should be able to go to the bank and borrow up to that amount, right? And they should be just like if I'm building a house with no structure, they will give me 80% and buy the lot for me. And then I have the remainder amount between 80% minus the lot to build the house. And if I go over that, it's out of pocket, right?
All
That
right.
228,800 should be my max loan amount. The bank wants me to bring 20 grand to closing on an $80,000 house that's worth 300. Like, why? Doesn't make any sense. Because
I completely agree with
here's the
you.
thing, the appraisers will not allow you to get a good deal. They will always work their numbers, especially on construction loans, to be in the bank. Say I got the house for 20 grand. Then what would they do? Tell me it's worth 200 or something stupid?
Yeah.
It's because the bank doesn't want you to be able to close with no money.
Yeah.
But that's why I like new construction, because you can close with no money. It doesn't make any sense. On
they want some
flipping, they won't let you close with no money. If you're building from the ground up, you can be broke and close and build a house. It doesn't make any sense.
they want some skin in the game is what they used to say at the credit union when I worked there.
But then why don't they want skin in the game on new construction?
I guess because you've done all your due diligence and you are
Seems
certified builder.
less risky to have no skin in the game on a flip than it does building a house from the ground up.
I mean, I see both ways. If you're a builder, you've at least taken courses. What'd you have to take to get to be a builder?
I had to pass a really long test
There
and
you
go
go. Really long
send
test.
in an
Anyone
application and
and
stuff.
their mom and their dad can go and say, "All right, I'm gonna go flip a house." So
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
I see
just
both sides. So I know what you're
I
saying.
have it hard in my heart. I'm appraisers, and I know some really good appraisers, but
So do I. My neighbor's son's an appraiser. He's a good dude.
I'm just anti-appraisers. In a number, I don't know why we're getting so off topic, but the other reason I don't like appraisers is
I didn't think we
they
had a
make it
topic.
so hard to become an appraiser. I was gonna try to become one.
That is absolutely true.
You can become a doctor easier almost than you can become an appraiser. It's just ridiculous, dude. Like
I will agree to that.
it is crazy. I was
Yeah.
gonna become one.
It's because you have to find one that'll actually spend for free
You
like
you
100
have to
hours
like
with you.
yeah, you have to like just like you do residency, you have to
Yeah.
basically do that with an
But
appraiser.
doctors kind of have to like allow residency, but appraisers can tell you to screw off.
Yeah, dude. Like it's crazy.
It's
And
if
a
you don't
lot of
know
the
someone
appraisers
already.
are old. They're dying off, man. There's gonna be a shortage of appraisers.
Yeah.
I tried to become one and I didn't have any luck. And you have
Then
to have
you
a
would
bachelor's degree to become an appraiser.
have been the asshole.
Yeah. No, I was gonna be a good one. The guy I was, I mean, whatever. I don't hate them all. There's some good ones,
I know a couple good ones. I
but
actually
there's some
do.
also. There's just one I'm over it. We're not talking about it.
Yeah, you're not over it, buddy.
I always get this one every time. Every time I get this guy, and it comes in low every time. I even told my lender, I'm like, oh, he's doing it. I'm like, okay, I already know it's coming in low, and it's always low. And every time I've sold the house afterwards, I've sold it for 20 to 30,000 above what he appraised at. And then guess what? Whenever I sell it, it appraises. That doesn't make any sense.
I
It's a
agree
bunch of
with you.
it's ridiculous.
Yep. Yep.
But
So,
whatever. Let's talk about your flips. So you got them. You got one under contract, one on the market, one ongoing,
mhm,
and then you have a rental property under contract that you're buying, right?
correct.
Awesome. So let's talk about the one under contract. Is that one going good? When you closing? You happy?
Yes, closes the scheduled the 15th. Gonna try to close a little bit early. Because it's always good to close early, and when you have a good lender, you can close early. So
I mean, shoot, that would be pretty sweet to be. I'm flipping the house and I'm the lender. So, I mean, that's awesome. You can't beat that. You have like
no.
all the power. If it doesn't close, it's your fault.
Why you gotta say that?
So, if you don't make
Uh,
money on that deal, then you just need to quit.
no, no, it's good. It was a fun house. It was a scary house, super scary house. We bought it for 80 grand. We had to cut. Did you see that one when you were down?
I
Can't
think
remember which one you saw.
I saw, which is that the black one?
The dark one, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I saw it.
The dark
The
gray
one where the
one.
microwave didn't fit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had to cut down 5 or 6 huge trees. I mean, it's crazy. Whenever you buy a house, you never think, oh, let me set aside $10,000 just to cut down trees. But we did.
Trees are expensive to get cut down, especially if
Yes.
it's close to the house.
Yes. We had to redo the foundation. This was an expensive house, but we got it at the right price. But yeah, foundation had to be done. It's pier and beam though, so it's a lot cheaper than concrete or slab foundation. I mean, we did everything. The subfloor, we took out the subfloor. It was literally the studs. It's all new sheetrock, all new subflooring, all new everything. Bathroom, we added a laundry room. It was a back porch. We added a laundry room, added a room. It was a 2 bedroom. We made it 3 bedroom. I mean, it was a long one. It was a lot of work.
How long did it take?
We bought it
Yeah.
November 14th.
November 14th. So
I mean,
December, January. That's not that long. That's pretty quick. 3 months.
yeah.
Basically. That's
It
not
had
bad.
window units, has a whole new HVAC, everything, duct, everything. It had window units. Didn't
I
didn't
mean,
have an
for
HVAC.
that level of rehab, I don't think that's bad at all.
Yeah. New roof on the shed, redid the shed, redid the exterior. It's a brand new house except literally the 2x4s and the joist.
Nice.
Uh,
And that one's closing when did you say?
in about 13 days.
Nice. That'll be good.
Yeah.
And then you
Um,
have another one that you just finished that's listed, right?
yeah, we just listed it Monday. Yes, Tuesday was our Monday night, so Tuesdays were our first showings. And someone wanted to put an offer on it, but we've only owned it for 62 days now. So FHA, it was an FHA buyer. FHA has a rule where you have to wait 90 days until you can get under contract. So
Yep.
we could not accept that offer when conventional rates are pretty high right now. So we know
What's the conventional rate right now?
it's in the sevens.
What I thought everything's going down. What's going on?
It went down and then if you want the whole story, I'll tell you real quick.
Oh, no, I don't.
Uh,
You can tell it.
All right. Well,
I just want to know when they're
I
coming.
could I could already told you, but real quick, rates went down. Everything was supposed to be going real good. This year was supposed to be good. Inflation came out higher than it should have been. So the Fed's okay, we're not going to drop rates yet. It might be end of year now by the time we drop rates when it was supposed to start in like April. US 10-year Treasury, which controls the mortgage market, dropped and now it's back up. So rates did go down. I did have 2 closings this month. First week of February, and I got them a 5.6. That's FHA. But now
What's
it's
VA rate? VA.
right now
Yeah.
higher than you're gonna want.
What is it gonna be in June or July?
I don't know, but right now it's about a 6.7. I'll
Can
tell
you
you a
cut
funny
that
story.
down to a 4.7?
For you, no. I'll tell you a funny story
Dude,
real quick.
I'm in big trouble.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick. I'm not gonna mention any names, but I had this client. Things went south. He just switched over to a commission job. He was a VA buyer. I'd never met the dude, referred to me by a realtor. Just switched over from full W-2 hour to a commission job. He's only been on the commission job since August of last year, 6 months. I told him it can't work. Unfortunately, for commission jobs, we have to have at least a year if you're lucky, but typically 2 years because they have to average that out because it's not guaranteed income. So I gave him the bad news. And he told me he found another mortgage guy that would lend it to him. And on top of that, he was giving him a 4.25 rate when I was giving him a 6.75. I said, dude, swear to you, there's no way. If it's too good to be true, it's not happening. He got under contract. I saw literally today that house went back on the market because that lender lied to him. It was too good to be true. And the crazy part is he had to list his house to get that other house. I told him, dude, you're a veteran. I'm being straight up with you. Do not list your house or you will be homeless. Because if your house gets sold, you will not get that other house because that guy's lying to you.
Or their realtor should just when and their purchase and sale just made it contingent on like approval.
Well,
And
I mean, I'm sure that happened. He was only under contract for maybe 5 days, and then they found out that the lender was lying to him. So,
Hmm.
anyways,
I hope my
um,
lender ain't gonna lie to me whenever I'm trying to refinance my house.
what I tell everyone is just like my dad always told me, Baytown only gets smaller. Okay. I will see you at the ballpark. I saw 6 realtors there tonight. I'll see you at HEB. I'll see you at Cactus Jack's. I can't lie to you because I'm going to see you out in public. Okay. If I lie to someone, it's going to get out. Then I will never have any business anymore. This town is way too small. Okay. I'm not a lender from California that can just bull BS with you.
Mhm.
Or, I only deal with local people. You know,
Yeah,
I
unlike
can't.
me, I got military running in and out. I can.
But man, we're getting way off topic. I can't use that
All right.
excuse because, I just got my license in Tennessee. So I can't use that.
Oh, plug.
Can't use that excuse anymore.
Preferred lender, Generational Home Builders is Co Home Loans.
Oh, thank you.
Still waiting on these signs to come in though. I got these houses I'm building. Not very many going up, but I'm like looking in the yard and I'm just like, where's the signs? Not
I,
one.
they're when you see them, they're gonna be beautiful.
They coming, they coming. I hope I can get you some loans.
I
That'd
hope so too.
be cool. You got at least one loan coming. I don't know how much money I'll make from it.
I do need you to hook me up with some realtors down there.
I'll hook you up. I need the signs. Because I'm
I
gonna make
need to talk. I
them
need to
get
talk to your
signs.
your old buddy Brandon. He looks like he's doing pretty good.
Hey, that's a good idea. You should. Should have
Yeah,
him on the podcast.
I've actually thought about it. We should.
I should have him on. He has
Yeah.
he has a lot of cool stories. Anyway, I'll have him on. I'll reach out to him. He'll get on it. Brandon Cooper, if you watch this, coming on the podcast. Get ready. All right, so shoot. I haven't even asked you the questions I want to ask you. So the flip that you have.
All right. I
'Cause
told you now it's gonna go quick.
we can break it into 2 episodes maybe. But the flips you got, so you have 3 flips and then the rental. We can even the rental. How did you find those? So, because we
Um,
talked about like whenever we first started, like how to find them. Did you find them that way, or did you what did you do?
Morel was a
Is
wholesaler.
Morel is like one of the flips?
Morel's the one that's under contract.
Okay.
Lobit was on the MLS. That's the one that's not done yet. And Kingsway was on the MLS.
Okay.
So 2 out of the 3 deals I found literally were open to every single person in the public. They were on the market.
Do you think that's because like rates are higher and stuff? Because back whenever rates were like at 2%, 2.5, there was nothing on the MLS like that.
I mean,
wasn't
they were on the ML. Okay, Lobit was on the MLS as a this house needs a lot of work listing. You know what I'm saying? Like TLC, fixer upper, investor special. This is it. Kingsway, one of my realtor friends actually reached out to me. It was like, hey, this house is about to come on the market. I sent them an offer. They didn't accept it before it went on the market. They put it on the market for 2 days. They got a couple offers that were higher than mine, but they were, option pending, inspections going, and I was no option, no inspection. I'll buy it as is. So that's what won. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I think they got an offer like 20 grand higher than mine, but when you do the no option, no inspection, it carries a lot of weight when people don't want to deal with that stuff.
Makes it scary for you, huh? What did I miss?
I mean, you know
I
how it
thought that
is.
so many times I walked through a house that I'm buying, and I'm just like I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what are you missing? What are you missing? What are you missing? Like, think. I'm like, flood zone. Did you check that? Did you check this? Did you check? Like, I'm like running things in my head, and I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, maybe you didn't miss anything. Maybe you're right. But it's hard to trust yourself sometimes, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I will give one shout out to my contractor. Anytime I go see a house, he goes and looks at it with me.
That's a nice guy right there.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know. I
does.
would do that for you right now.
Mike has probably been through like probably 7 to 10 houses that I have not bought.
So how'd you
Uh,
find Mike?
our shower actually, but we did try to use him like a couple of years back, and we were going to use him, but then we went on our 1 year anniversary. Went on our 1 year anniversary because he was going to fix our shower at our old house, but we went our 1 year anniversary, and when we came back, Dinah's parents actually already fixed it for us, which was super nice. We would have met Mike a long time ago, but I guess Dinah's parents gave us like a anniversary gift, or I guess they thought we were poor or something. No, they were just being nice. It's good. It's good to have a nice family like that.
Yeah, man. So
I hope my
you're
parents are
happy
listening.
with Mike? He's doing a great job. And no complaints. Everything's groovy.
It's
Or
good. You
yeah,
know, it's good. All
overall
contractors
good.
are slight. You just
You
if
got.
I can
There's
give it
always going to be bad things,
if I can give
no
any
matter who
advice,
you hire.
talk. We should talk more. I feel like we talk a lot, but I think we should talk more. Keep
Well,
the
I think
communication strong.
my opinion is no matter who you hire, but you probably visit your projects daily, or do you go by them? How often do you go by 'em, your project?
Uh, yeah. Pretty much when I pick the kids up from school, every single one of our houses, luckily, is on their way to pick our kids up from daycare.
Do you go in the houses or just drive by?
50-50. I'll see if a car's there.
So
There's,
my thing is, so if you hire like a general contractor, they're overall supposed to be in charge of the entire project, start to finish, everything. But at the end of the day, no one is gonna care about your stuff more than you are.
yeah. No, absolutely. I 100% agree.
So you have to project like you have to like almost project manage your general contractor, which is gonna make them mad. Cause I hate when people do that crap to me. Like when they're texting me 24/7 and sending me stuff, I'm like, are you serious? And especially if it's at 8 o'clock at night, it just pisses me off. But I
And that's what
understand
I
it.
try not to do, but yes, I have definitely done that.
But I understand it though, because I've been in their shoes. So I
Yeah.
try to accommodate it. But it does make me mad because number one, a lot of the stuff they're sending me, I know already. I'm not done. I know it. I'm tracking it. But there have been times where I'm not tracking it. I'm like, oh, I didn't see that. We'll address that and we'll get it fixed. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like there's no good way to do it, and somebody on one end of the spectrum is going to be butthurt about it. Whether you're texting your guy at 8 o'clock or you're not texting him, and then you're butthurt that didn't get done. So I see both sides of it.
That's absolute truth. I mean, I know like he has a family, he got 3 kids. I got a family, stuff happens after hours, cheerleading, he's got cheerleading, we got baseball, and life gets busy. I understand that, but if I could give any recommendation, it's just try to maybe we should set up a phone call every other day, something like that. Just stuff gets lost. We text each other, and there was a dispute today about the kitchen and all this stuff. Stuff gets lost. We should talk on the phone, eh, maybe every other day.
Yeah, well,
Especially because we
the
got
phone call I think is a good idea, but at the same time it's not because
then you don't have
when
it in
push
writing.
comes, yeah, you need it.
Yeah,
Like if push comes to shove, you need to be able to say, dude, I told you this 2 weeks ago. Here's the
yeah, that's true.
proof, and you didn't do it. Then you have a leg to stand on.
And then
But I
yeah,
mean,
that's true.
your
Well,
stuff's always
text
gonna
and
be. I
call.
mean, there's
Text and
no
call.
real solution. I mean, everybody's
That's just
human. Every
it's just
house built
business. Yeah,
in the history of the world has been built by a man who is imperfect. So
yeah.
every house has imperfections, and every house will, no matter what. But what I always tell myself whenever I run into problems with houses or anything, I'm like, this was built by like problem with my truck, or if I get a dent in it, I always say, as nice as this is, it was built by a man, and it can be fixed by a man. That's what I say.
Hmm.
You could fix anything.
Yeah,
It looks nice. Now it doesn't. Guess what? You can fix it again. You make it look nice. A man built it. Why can't you fix it?
yeah, yeah. Just costs money.
It's costs money, baby. Money just grows on trees, right? You got the money tree planet. I planted a few
Unfortunately,
money trees.
unfortunately, they're not growing, buddy.
I planted some dollar bills on my property I bought. I'm hoping that would just grow some money trees.
George Washington's or Benjamin's.
And then the dollars grow, the
Well,
hundreds. And they have
the do-
branches, so they turn into. We'll see if it works. I don't know.
yeah. Let me know.
I'll let you know. I think we touched on the third question I have for you, which was, anything you could have done differently during the flips. I mean, other than like managing contractors, is there anything else you would have done differently? What you got?
I don't know. I guess no, I don't regret buying three at once. That was like we went from none to three in 3 weeks, which was, I mean, you rather make money and take risk in life. You might not make money.
I mean, I think that all comes
You
down
just got
to
to take risk.
I think it all comes down to like your situation. Like if you can afford to do three at a time, then do it. But
I don't know if I can. I just did it. I just did it, man.
you had to know you you had to have some sort of good feeling you could do it. You wouldn't have just
It's
like
like it's like when I start a mortgage, it's like, oh, this is good. This is good. Taking their names. Oh, this is awesome. It's easy. And then it gets to it. They get the house, they get the underwriting letter. They did something and transferred money and their title messed up or like right now, I got a FHA loan and FHA appraisals are good for 180 days. So another person was trying to buy the house, did an appraisal, but they backed out. So now I have to get the old mortgage company to transfer the appraisal and then
Hmm.
to ask the appraiser.
Why does that take so long?
I don't know
I've had to do that like a few times, and every time it seemed like we were waiting 2 weeks for the old lender
because they're not getting paid
trans
anymore.
to
Why do they want
transfer the FHA all it is like a
case
loan
number?
number, case
Case
number,
number.
transfer it to the new lender.
Yeah.
But you can't get it to happen. I'm like, dude,
Because they're not
how
making any
long does
money
this
anymore.
take?
Because
But
the
like
old lender's
realistic,
pissed off because
but
they
how long
lost a
does it
loan.
actually take? Just so I know.
Oh, like
Because
12
that like
seconds.
huh?
Like 12 seconds probably.
Are you serious?
Like
The next time
legitly.
that happens to me, I will literally go to that
Oh no,
lender.
the case number is easy. Here's the hard part. They also ordered an appraisal. Appraisal sticks with an FHA house for 180 days.
Okay, next time that happens to me, I'm going to that lender's office and I'm gonna be like, listen, I know how this works. This needs to happen before I leave, or I'm
Yeah.
about to lose my mind.
Yeah, so that's
Because
where I
they'll
am
wait. Why do they
right now.
wait 2 weeks? Is their butt hurt about not getting paid?
Probably. Oh. Oh. Oh,
I
another lender's
hope that
getting it.
happens to me next
I'm gonna
time.
make them look terrible. I'm gonna make them take 6 weeks to close this loan. But yes, that's what I'm dealing with
Pride
right now.
is the fall of man. Pride's the
That's what,
fall of man.
that's what I'm dealing with right now.